Hey, what's up? Sean here. Now let's talk about something that is very, very important in life and that's never taught in schools. We're going to be talking about credit, and more in particular, how to actually build your credit. Now, I know I've made videos in the past about maybe how to get your credit up the fastest way, but this is more towards how to build it up for the long term. Fun fact, what's worse, having no credit or having bad credit? It doesn't matter, because if you're in either boat, you need to start building some credit. Look, again, today we're going to be talking about the best ways to actually build your credit up. Okay, the 3 best ways to build your credit up and to have a little bit of a foundation. Now, my buddy and I, Simon over at Kate Credit, have worked with numerous individuals to do this. And again, you want to build your credit up for the long term. But no matter what your inclinations are or what your scenario is like, let's say you're brand new, you don't even have a credit card yet, or let's say you've had multiple lines of credit, you're a little bit older, you've established some credit. No matter where you fall on the spectrum, these are going to be 3 great tips to actually building your foundation and your credit. So let's get started. Oh wait, if you're wondering what actually gets factored into a credit score, check out the other video I made on that. Again, in this video, we're just going to be talking about how to build your scores up, not necessarily what gets factored into them. Now, one way to build your credit scores up is to actually get a secured line of credit. Now, what's a secured line of credit? It's basically a credit card that holds your hand and pretty much does not let you fail. So if you've never had a credit card before, you're going to want to get a secured credit line. And again, like I just mentioned, it's fail-proof. So you pretty much, when you apply, and pretty much everyone gets accepted into one of these secured credit lines, because pretty much if you want a $500 line of credit, you give them a $500 refundable deposit. So essentially, you give them $500, and then now you have a $500 credit limit every single month. And again, pretty much everyone gets approved. So if you need one of these, or you're thinking about one of these, you want to learn more about these, just Google OpenSky. That's what I recommend using. Phenomenal secured credit line. It will build your scores up really well. And the best part is it reports to all 3 of the bureaus. So you can't get much better than that. So once you have a card like that, or really just any card in general, to actually build those scores up, I've mentioned this in the past, best way to do it is to keep your credit utilization low. You want to be staying at about that 30% mark. So if you've got the $1,000 credit line, you only want to be spending about $300 a month on it. This shows that you're responsible and you have some self-control regardless of what your lifestyle's like. Oh, and don't be late on making payments. If you get a secured credit card, or really any credit card to build up your credit, please just set it on automatic payments to just never have to worry about it, or really just set reminders to never be late. Because if you're trying to build your scores, when you have a late payment, you are really digging yourself a huge hole. So keep that credit utilization low, make your payments on time, and you'll do just fine in building up your credit with a secured credit card, or really just any credit card in general. Now, the second way to build your credit is to actually apply for a credit builder loan. Now, these are another type of product that basically holds your hand in building your credit up. They're phenomenal. Pretty much, you apply for a credit builder loan, you most likely are going to get accepted, and what you do is you pretty much just make deposits every month into essentially a savings account that builds your credit up. Like I said, these are extremely easy to apply for, extremely easy to get approved with, and will basically hold your hand throughout the process. The best part is once you're done making these payments on your credit, you get the money back. So once this loan is paid off, you get that money back. So essentially, it's almost like just a payment plan that credit bureaus treat as a credit line, and pretty much just build your credit for just depositing, $100 a month into an account. Pretty simple, honestly. And lastly, the third tip for building your credit from the ground up is to essentially just become an authorized user on someone else's account. I know I've talked about this before, but again, this is ridiculously easy. If you have a parent, or maybe a friend, or a brother, or a sister, or an uncle, or any type of relative with some great credit, just ask them to be an authorized user on their account. You don't have to spend a penny on it. Don't even worry about it. Just let them handle it for you. And being an authorized user on that account shows the credit bureaus that you've got responsibility, because you do have access to use that account, but you really shouldn't be using it. Just let your friend or your relative who actually started that account, let them use it, let them build the credit for you. You don't have to do anything. Because I know building credit can sometimes be hard and annoying, and to be reminded to, make your payments on it, and, oh, did I spend 30% of my credit limit this month? Oh, I don't really remember. All those things can be a pain. So just ask someone to be an authorized user on it, and that is probably the easiest way ever to build a foundation for your credit report. But stop limiting yourself. I know this information isn't taught in school, okay? Credit needs to be taught in school. Nobody really knows what's going on in regards to building your credit up. So hopefully you'll learn something new, and if you want to get started and kind of build this foundation up, the best time to start was yesterday. So get going on it as soon as possible, and I'll see you in the next video.